Hello everyone! This weekend is Memorial Day weekend, which means a lot of families will be outside in the sun, visiting the beach, attending parades, and grilling on the deck. With all that sun exposure, inevitably someone is going to burn, and those burns can get serious. That's why we here at the CH Booth Library would like to show you how you can learn a little bit more about sun protection and the possible dangers of going without it using Medline Plus. So here we are. I have pulled up the sun exposure page. You can find that through either typing it in the search bar or going under health topics under the hair, skin, and nails section. And here we can find information about ultraviolet radiation and its damaging effects on the skin. While sunlight in mild doses can give us some helpful vitamin D, unfortunately, sitting in the sun a bit too long without any protection can lead to the development of seeing and eye problems, wrinkling prematurely, skin spots, and even sun cancer. And even if you just think, oh, I don't really burn, or I just like a good summer glow, unfortunately, even just tanning can be damaging as well, as when you do tan, you are essentially burning and killing the uppermost skin layers. To learn more about the possible dangers of tanning and finding some alternatives, you can go under the tanning section. But to protect yourself from the UV rays that we are going to be encountering more of as it gets warmer out, here are some helpful tips. Staying out of the sun while it's the strongest, using sunscreen, wearing protective clothing, and so on and so forth. If we scroll down, something I would also like to highlight is the treatments and therapies section. In case you do have a sunburn and you feel that it is quite severe, here you can learn how to treat it and when you might need to consider going to the doctor for it. As we stated before, increased sun exposure can eventually lead to skin cancer. There are a variety of different types of skin cancers. The most well-known, though uncommon one, is melanoma. If you would like more information about melanoma specifically, there is a section on that, but it is less common. So if you do develop skin cancer, while you should always take it seriously, the chances of you having melanoma are quite low. But it is still good to know the possible signs. Here we have information on possible risk factors that can lead you to developing skin cancer, and also some information on possible signs you should look out for if you think you might be developing some form of skin cancer. This here is the abbreviated summary, but if you would like to do more research regarding that, there is also a variety of articles down here regarding treatments, therapies, living with skin cancer, as well as going deeper into what goes into diagnosing and preventing skin cancer. The easiest way that we can protect ourselves from the sun is by wearing sun protection. And so just by typing that into the screen, I will jump to this page. This article gives us some helpful information about the benefits of sun protection and the different types that there are. The most common ones being protective clothing and sunscreen guidelines. Here you can find information about what sunscreens are best, the benefits of sun protective clothing, and sunscreen and children. Down here. And I would also like to highlight this, that we all be careful when applying sunscreen to our children, as for those under 6 months, it can be dangerous. Obviously, we want to, protect the babies, so we can get a bit carried away, smothering every little inch of them, but it is important that we check that they are of age, so to speak, to be wearing sun protection. Now, speaking of children and sunscreen, it is at this point I would like to jump to a page that you may have noticed sneaking up here, and that is swallowing sunscreen. Sometimes kids, they're very curious, they can get into all sorts of trouble, and this may include trying to see how tasty sunscreen is. Swallowing sunscreen is no joke, and even though most sunscreens are no longer poisonous, it still can be somewhat dangerous if someone consumes too much sunscreen. Here we can find information on what to know before we call an ambulance, the poison control hotline number, what to expect in an emergency room visit for swallowing sunscreen, the prognosis, and so on and so forth. Now, I hope we did not ruin your summer. None of this information is meant to scare you or make you overly paranoid. So we here at the CH Booth Library are hoping that we did not ruin your summer. We merely want you all to be as happy, healthy, and safe as you possibly can this summer. So make sure to wear your sunscreen, don't eat it, and possibly invest in some sun protection, especially if you plan on going into the water where the sun's rays might be a bit more magnified. I hope that you have a happy and healthy Memorial Day and happen to enjoy the rest of your summer. Just like Medline Plus, the CH Booth Library is always here to help. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at CH Booth Library, or on our website www.chboothlibrary.org.